Ladies and gentlemen, hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, I give you BVO.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know, shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know, every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know, I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show, this is BVO.
On behalf of BVO Boxing TV, we would like to thank our sponsor, Raycon. Don't forget to grab your Raycon Everyday Earbuds, the perfect bass model for premium sound, with active noise cancellation to block out distractions and transparency mode to keep you aware of your surroundings. They're ideal for your everyday needs. Just visit rayconglobal.com. That's rayconglobal.com and elevate your listening experience.
Do you know what time it is? It's your boy BVO Boxing. I got my man, the Puerto Rican Prince, and I got my Sergeant at Arms in the house. Crush, what's going on? How y'all brothers doing?
What's good? What's good?
Oh, man, I'm on fire today, man. I've been listening to that go-go music, man. Shout out to Free. I'm going to start calling Free White Boy. But we got to talk about this. So Panda Bear kind of made something we didn't know about Shakur Stevenson, a.k.a. the Outlaw, as Turkey calls him. What do you guys think about him ducking William Zepeda?
Yeah. Go ahead,
for you guys. Real quick, I'll be brief, man. Ain't much to say about this moisture in the air, man. Gotta get this moist meter. It's all over the place. At this case, and at this point, I'm not surprised about anything that any of these guys does, and especially with Shakur Stevenson. Besides his skill set and everything, he's quite of a habitual liar and everything else. So I'm not surprised, and that's just more sour milk on his cereal. That's on him.
Yeah, I've heard about it. I saw Shakur tweet about it. He said he didn't hear anything about it. I mean, he's always saying he didn't hear anything about anything. When it came to the Tank Davis, he said he didn't hear anything about any offer being sent to him. And then we found out that there was a fight offer sent to him, and he wanted a multi-fight deal. But once again, he said he didn't hear anything about an offer to him. So I'm not surprised he quote unquote didn't hear anything. But the thing is that William Zepeda offered him a fight to fight on the undercard of Canelo Alvarez, and according to the quote unquote rumors, Shakur turned it down. So I mean I want to see more of it come out to see exactly what Shakur is going to say about it, because he hasn't interviewed. He just tweeted. And we saw Panda go on. So I don't know how much of it is true, how much of it is a lie. All I know is every time I turn around, I hear something new when it comes to Shakur or his opponents. So I don't know what to believe, because you never know who's ducking, who's not ducking. It's so much stuff comes out that's being put out there in the public to say one person is ducking or to say somebody's not ducking. So the only way we know is if these guys actually sit down and talk about it. I mean, I want to see these guys get in the ring because they were supposed to fight last year. So I want to see them get in the ring.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, man. Shout out to Dub Right Side, the superstar over here at the Sports Talk Network. Definitely shout out to my man Prize. You know, Prize and my man Just Ask Juan are gonna be on tonight at 9. But and definitely shoot my man. Look at GD hanging out with the brothers, man. I can't believe GD is hanging out with the niggas. Shout out to GD, man.
There you go.
But salute to my
I
man. But
want to say something that Canelo said. And I said Canelo. Conor Loco said, and Conor Loco, he's one of those Shakur Stevenson fans. He's been on Shakur Stevenson since Shakur Stevenson first came into the pros. And Conor Loco ain't gonna hold no punches. He said the word that he got was they said it was too soon for Williams Zepeda. They wanted to let his hand heal, but at the same time, in the same breath, they're willing to face Lamont Roach. So if they said it was too soon, he wanted to let his hand heal. Why are you trying to face Lamont Roach? So if Conor Loco said the man ducking, I gotta believe you because Conor Loco is a fan of Shakur.
salute to my brother Mike Rim. If GD get off the cooler, man, you can get you a brew, man. But you know GD hanging out, so he got his hat backwards sitting on the cooler, man. But salute to my man Conor Loco. But I gotta talk about this part. The part that's so funny about all this free is that Shakur says everything but let's fight. Every single fight I've heard him in recently, pretty much since the Jamel Herring fight, it's always been some type of controversy, some type of dirty dealing. At some point, man, we just got to call Shakur Sanchez what he is, man. He's a con, man. Shout out to GD saying it best. He's a fraud. Just like for all these years, he was black. Now all of a sudden he's on the Puerto Rican. Now he's all of a sudden on the Spanish month parade in September, and it's Puerto Rico versus Mexico when he fight my guy what's the guy Oscar Valdez. And it's just funny. Shakur is just a flip flopper, and I like him. I just don't think he's that good. I mean, it's a difference between moving and running your butt off. I think he really get in there and run like Michael Johnson or Usain Bolt. I don't think he's moving for movement. So I'll ask you guys this, and I kind of already have my thoughts on it. Free, this is the thing that's getting me. So we talking about Shakur. We just seen Williams Zepeda get beat by Tevin Farmer. So do we think that Shakur is better than TF, or do you still want to see that fight? I don't, because I think TF already proved a point. Zepeda's overrated. What do you guys think?
I still want to see the fight because I mean, what TF did is not what Shakur did. So I can't give Shakur credit for what TF did. I can't give Williams Zepeda say Williams Zepeda is going to go in there and lose because TF fought him extremely well. So it's still mono versus the mono. I can't get credit for what you done. I can only get credit for what I done. So regardless of it's the same thing with Lamont Roach. If Lamont Roach go out here and beat Tank Davis in this rematch, Keyshawn, Shakur, Loma, Devin, T.O., none of them could get credit for what Lamont Roach did. Lamont Roach is the only one that beat him. Nobody else beat him. So they got to still get in there and fight. So I still want to see it because TF doesn't fight like Shakur. Shakur don't fight like TF. So what TF did might not be the same thing that Shakur does. I mean, Williams Zepeda could have had a bad outing, or when TF could hit a lot harder than what Williams Zepeda thought he was going to hit. So that doesn't change what could be the outcome of the Williams Zepeda Shakur. Shakur can go in there and watch Williams Zepeda, or Williams Zepeda can go in there and knock Shakur out. We don't know. The only way we would know is if they get in the ring and fight each other. That's the only way we can find out anything. All we're going to buy is what we believe, what we've seen on film from them fighting somebody else, not from them fighting each other, from them fighting somebody else. So none of that is relevant when it comes to these two guys fighting each other.
Go ahead, Crush.
Yeah, great point, D Free. And let me just add on to that. And see, here's the thing. That's why some things is not even necessary for argument. Because all this eye test stuff, I'm tired of it. All this eye test, well, based on his opponents and his resume and all that, that still won't prove who will win the fight unless these guys get in the ring. And we just need to just cut it short and eradicate that whole method of talking about it, because it don't prove nothing. I'm getting nothing solve with keep going back and forth with words of war about an eye test. They're not getting in the ring. What's going to solve it? And you know, far as the situation, I think with Shakur in this, you know, this whole situation, I wanted to add on. I think the way he might be moving like this because he's most likely worrying about his hands, people, because it's out there in the world that, you know, his hands are problems. So now, you know, he gotta think twice about these opponents that he say he wants to face, because these guys is not going to be a Padley. You see what I'm saying? So he's trying to figure a way out, try to do something to get us close to satisfactory opponents without giving us those satisfactory opponents. And I call it a whole lot of bluff. He could be the great deception. This is just what I'm pointing out by the way he move and the way things that he says. Now, as far as the rematch with Zepeda and Tevin Farmer, it's not a guarantee that TF will win the rematch. You know, I was just sitting here and thinking about it. What if Zepeda win a rematch? Then we got to do a third fight. So here we go again with another sunken hole place that we got to deal with and try to way to get out of, and just skip over it like a few other things that's going on in the sport.
I can see that. Salute to my brother D1 and the Annual White Man podcast. You guys doing some great stuff for them, man. Proud of you brothers, man. I think you brothers just hit 5K. Salute. But you gotta talk about this. I think when we talk about Shakur, I think we being way too nice, because I really feel like he's really built his whole career off whatever Little Red does, he wants to counteract. We see him get in the ring with Devin Haney. Devin Haney ran. We get it. Devin Haney dropped all the belts and ran to 140. So we get that part. But at some point, we got to call a spade a spade. Shakur has kind of showed you he's nothing but a liar. And, you know, what in the world does he think Floyd Mayweather's going to teach him about his hands? Nothing. All Floyd cared about is Floyd. When has Floyd ever cared about anybody else but Floyd? So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But I've never seen Floyd care about anybody but Floyd. But let me ask you guys this, speaking to that. So that being said, do you guys think that Shakur could fight Williams Zepeda the same way TF did, being so strong? Because TF stood in the pocket and really was in there ducking and dodging. He didn't move at all. He was right in the pocket right there with it. You think Shakur could do something like that? What you guys think?
No, I don't think Shakur can do that, because that's not Shakur's style of fighting. Shakur is more of judging distance. He's not somebody that's going to duck, dodge, and weave out of punches. He does it at times, but that's not what he does. He's more of judging distance. He likes to stay close enough where he can hit you, but you can't hit him. The problem with that is Williams Zepeda is just as tall and just as long as Shakur, so he's not going to be able to stay at a comfortable distance where he can just judge the distance, because Williams Zepeda is another one that throws a lot of punches. He throws somewhere between 90 and 100 punches per round. So Shakur is not going to be able to stand at a comfortable distance and judge the distance. So I don't think he can do what TF did, because it's two different styles of fighting.
Yeah, and just like D3 said, with the defense, they're two different defensive styles guys too. Farmer's more of a he slips. You know what I'm saying? He flanks to the side. You know, he gets out the way. He's just not good in creating space, which that's what Shakur does more so than everything else. So it would be different, but I don't think it would be good for him to even have that mindset to try to go outfight Zepeda the same way TF did. That would get you put right on the canvas to get you embarrassed, and that's wrong with fighters now. Fighting in a style that's not theirs. You know, bad enough this guy want to turn into a knockout artist, and he has payday hands, you know, the candy bar with the peanuts and the caramel, you know, he got the peanut brittle hands, so that wouldn't work good for this kid. So, you know, I don't know what can be the solution for this kid, but he need to get right. That's all I need to say.
Well, I'll say this. Shout out to my man GD. GD didn't have one beer. He's talking crazy already. What do you say? Oh, I'm not being nice. That little dude fake as heck. Just fake, just as fake as the fake over. Yes, Vivi, I'm talking to the man TL. I ain't supported TL in much, man. Beat it. But shout out to GD, man. Appreciate you coming through, man. But I gotta ask you guys this. This is the funniest thing about it. So what do you guys think about Terrence Crawford? Basically, they said he's gaining weight the wrong way. I'm hearing Terrence Crawford is eating all the cereal, Pop-Tarts, chicken wings he can hold. Do you guys think he's put on the weight the right way? Because they said he's almost 200 pounds right now. What do you guys think?
I'm gonna have to say no, because his strength and conditioning coach said he's eating his weight on. So I mean, that's not. I mean, yeah, you can eat to put some weight on, but that shouldn't be the sole way of you gaining majority of your weight. You wanna put on some muscle. You don't want to just eat your way to 168 pounds. Because they said he's walking around. I think he said he's walking around at 183 or something like that, 186. But if you're walking around at 186 and it's because you ate your way there, that's not good for a fight. I mean, because you could have ate your way there, but you get in there with Canelo Alvarez, he hits you to the gut, you can lose all of that 180 pounds quick. They'll be sitting on the canvas with all that, and they got to come out there and clean the canvas up for the rest of that fight. But I don't think he's putting it on. I can only go by what his strength and condition coach said. His strength and condition coach said he ate his way to 186 pounds or 83 pounds, whatever it is.
Well, if he's eating his way to that weight, there now it's a bad thing if you going about it with the wrong diet, because there's a healthy way of gaining weight. We see a lot of things about people losing weight, but they never really talk about how to gain weight. But there's a way to gain weight eating properly, so he could be eating his weight properly, but it still won't be enough. So I do agree with that, with what D3 said, because come fight night, it's going to be something different. So hopefully he's putting the weight on using a proper diet. But if he's just eating anything, it's just going to make it harder for him and on his body to get ready for the fight in 168, because all those bad things, no matter how much you burn them off, he's still putting sluggish things in your body that make you sluggish. So it's like going against the grain when you getting ready and training and eating right and preparing for war.
Hey, Brother Crush, all I'm going to say is if he lose, and Bernie, don't be mad at me, I'm going to just say, do you know what time it is? I'm going to come in there singing that. Hey, let's go ahead and tackle this if they want to. Soon as he go down free, I'm going to hop in the ring. Do you know what time it is?
Tell me, do you know?
Tell me, do you know? Oh, boy. And I love Bernie. Bernie's my guy. Let me say that first, man. Bernie's my guy. But Bud, I hear that he eating his way there. Oh my God, he's about to get unalive.
I think, but the thing is, like I said, I gotta go by what his strength and condition coach said, but I gotta also look at Bud as a professional. Bud never been the one to not be in the gym. He never been the one to be out drinking or smoking or things like that. He always took care of his body. So he could be eating the right food to get his weight up. But like I said, he still got to pack on some muscle. You can't just eat your way to 168 pounds. You got to pack on some muscle. So I believe he's doing it the right way. It just sounds funny the way his strength and condition coach said it. He like, oh, he ate that weight on. I'm like, what you mean he ate the weight on?
Hey,
that don't sound right.
Back home, Shelton. But I'm telling you, man, that was the worst thing I could have heard, because I don't see Canelo eating nachos or nothing. I don't see Canelo do nothing but drink water, man. So if you want to eat like that, you think you beat Canelo, get out of town. Canelo's gonna go in there and go to work. I don't know if you guys ever heard of this guy named Cool Mo D, but it's gonna be like when Cool Mo D had that white suit on, man. He go to work.
My brother work like an architect. It's work to get you.
I
That's
don't
the
know.
funniest thing I've ever seen. You had the white suit on and start dancing, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, my only thoughts is him going up 3 weight classes, basically 3 weight classes. He only had 1 fight at 54, so basically going up 3 weight classes. That's the only doubt that I have in my mind. This man moving up 3 weight classes to fight the best guy at the weight class. Now, like I said before, it would be a different story if he was fighting a Jaime McGee or somebody like that, and he's moving up 3 weight classes. But to go up there and fight the best guy 3 weight classes above you, I mean, that's a big hill to climb. It's a big hill to climb to overcome that.
Now, you gotta understand, there's a reason why Andre Ward took a picture of his boots and never got in the ring with Canelo, because he knows what time it is, man. So don't ever forget that. He knows what time it is. Even Andre Ward knew better than to step to Canelo. So salute the bud. He want to step 2. He gonna get smashed, man. And I love Bernie. I know Bernie gonna cuss us out this weekend when we get on there with him, but that's okay, man.
He's gonna cuss you out. He ain't gonna cuss you out. He gonna cuss you out. I don't know about we ain't French. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, and that's another thing too. I mean, it's not like Canelo is a disciplined individual. We have seen Canelo pissy drunk in the clubs. We've seen Canelo pissy drunk. So it's not like Canelo live a professional life. He does. I mean, you gotta understand, he is Mexican. They do like to drink. So we have seen him drunk.
Give
he
me
had a couple Modelos. I'm not gonna say he did. He had a couple Modelos and it was leaning. That's a fact. But I'm just trying to tell you, Freak. Do you know what time it is? It's over, man. We talking about Canelo, dog. We talking about Canelo, Freak. And Freak.
Hey, all I'm saying is, my pick is Canelo Alvarez, but I will be rooting for Bud Crawford. I want to see Bud Crawford whoop Canelo Alvarez down. I want to see him go ahead and beat that man and make Canelo go ahead and retire. Because if Bud beats Canelo Alvarez, I think Canelo Alvarez will retire. You just lost to a man pretty much 3 weight classes below you, and he beat you down. And you what else you going to fight for? So I don't think that Canelo is going to lose, but like I said, I'm rooting for Bud.
Just like those people who say Canelo didn't start doing the upper body movement until he fought Floyd. He did a lot of that versus Sugar Shane Mosley. So play the tape. So hit the tape for all you guys who don't understand, man. Hit the tape. Canelo been doing that ducking and dodging, man. So I'm just, and I love Bernie. I gotta preface my statement by saying that, but man, I just hope that Canelo take it easy, man. Because you know what Canelo do, man? He go in there and knock the chocolate out of folks, man. That's what he do. Like my man, so remember the time. We got a couple of boys that knock the chocolate out of folks, man. He might knock the chocolate out of chairs, man.
All I'm gonna say is, if Canelo Alvarez get beat by Bud, that man is completely done. Who you gonna come back and fight? They're gonna be like, man, you lost to Bud. You ain't that dude. You ain't that dude. Because
I'll say this.
Bud Crawford,
You out of order.
My bad.
No, I'm saying Bud Crawford beat Canelo Alvarez. Bud Crawford is going to retire. Those belts is going to get spread out, and Canelo got to go all the way back and fight all over again to become undisputed again.
That's not what's going to happen, D3. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. If Bud Crawford beats old Cinnamon, right? Bud Crawford going to come up missing. Because old Cinnamon ain't gonna take that lightly. You know what I'm saying? You know the boys over there, they didn't put their money on Nello, and then Crawford go in there and mash down on him. Hey, we gonna need Guardians of the Galaxy. But if you need security, bro, if you go in there and you whip this dude out, I specialize in a whole lot of things and a whole lot of weapons, but I digress. But just imagine that, we already know what is going to be like, because people already done said and already saying that he will be above a lot of the greats. Now, I won't take it that far, ladies and gentlemen. Just calm down, hold your hard-ons for something more pleasurable, okay? Y'all find another way to get that thing off where it's more, makes sense. Don't waste it on this dream right here, all right? But it's a big thing. I'm rooting for Bud too. But if I'm picking someone to win, just like D Free, I'm picking Canelo. But I do want Bud Crawford to win, because then I get my Mexican neighbor next door. I'm his hombre right now. But if that happened, he ain't gonna want no part to me no more, man. He gonna want to go to war and everything.
I'm gonna tell you the real reason why I want Bud to win. This is the sole reason why I want Bud to win. Yes, I want him to beat Canelo because I don't like Canelo, but the sole reason why I want Bud to win, so I control the mess out of BVO.
And you know what? I got great news. The day of the fight, I will be on camera with my sombrero. So I got great news. I'm gonna have my sombrero. I'm gonna wear my sombrero, and when we win, I'm gonna dance around it. I just want you guys to know.
When Bud beat Canelo, you gonna be stomping that joint. He gonna be like, man, I ain't winning this joint ever again.
All I know is BVO's gonna have that sombrero, man. I can't wait, man. I don't even know what song I'm gonna play, but I'm gonna play something cool. But let me go to a commercial real quick. We'll be right back.
Word from my sponsor.
Sick Negro.
On behalf of BVO Boxing TV, we would like to thank our sponsor, Raycon. Don't forget to grab your Raycon everyday earbuds, the perfect bass model for premium sound, with active noise cancellation to block out distractions and transparency mode to keep you aware of your surroundings. They're ideal for your everyday needs. Just visit rayconglobal.com. That's rayconglobal.com.
I'll put it like this, man. I don't know. I might even play some gospel, man. After my man's Canelo.
Oh my goodness!
I might even play a little gospel, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I got some time, but I definitely, you know what I'm gonna do free for you? I'm gonna find me a poncho and I'm gonna get me a Mexican sombrero, biggest one I can find. I'm gonna be on camera with it, and I'm gonna have my poncho on. That's what I'm gonna do, and I can't wait to see what happened when my man Canelo getting that ring. And you know what? When Canelo wins, it solidifies him as top 5 all time. I don't want to hear nothing. I'm not gonna go back and forth with y'all. Top 5 all time if he beats Bud Crawford.
Ain't nobody trying to hear that BVO, respectfully, aka Bernardo.
I'm Bernardo.
There's nothing that Bud Crawford or Canelo can do for the remainder of their career to be top 5 all time.
Exactly. Thank you, D Free.
Well, you might be right. I'll take that back. That might be a little overzealous, but I'll say this. It'll definitely make him the greatest of his generation, man. If he's not already is, they'll say he's the Floyd Jordan Mayweather, and that's a fact. So I'm excited for it.
I'm not giving him that much credit for beating Bud, though. I'm not giving him that much credit. He's doing something he's supposed to do. This man is coming up 3 weight classes. He's supposed to be.
He only coming up 2 weight classes. Stop the narrative. Stop the narrative.
No, he had 1 fight at 54.
Yeah, so it's straight, man. It's straight.
I want beating
even if it's 2 weight classes. Even if it's 2 weight classes. The man came up 2 weight classes. Nobody giving him that much credit for beating Jamel Charlo, who was an undisputed champion at 54. He was an undisputed champion. They ain't giving him that much credit for Jermell Charlo. Bud only got one belt at 54. Why would you give him more credit?
I mean, you guys, you guys are rough.
Jermell Charlo is a lifetime 154-pound fighter. Bud Crawford fought there one time. Now he's moving up to 68. You're going to give him more credit for beating Bud, who only fought at 54 one time, over what you give him for Jermell Charlo, who's been there, that was the undisputed champion when he walked in the ring to fight Canelo Alvarez.
Well, you got to remember this. Bud is almost 200 pounds. Charlo was never that big going into that fight, so I don't know.
Man, look, you know what it is? I think people is taking the credit that Bud earned and well deserved at 147 and try to add it on to this one fight at 54 because you can't give him credit for one fight at a weight class. So really, you know, what he has, his work he's done is really at 47 because he's done nothing at 54. He had one fight. That's not enough to judge to say he can go 3 weight classes up because it's actually 3 weight classes because he spent no time at 154. It was just like a one-night stand. You know what I'm saying? You pull over, take a nap for a couple hours, then you hit the road again. That's all it was. And y'all doing a little too much with that. You're doing a little too much with that. You know, 147, give him credit for that, but he's going up to 168. It's 21 pounds. I wish I could pull up the moist meter, but it's coming soon. I'm working on it. But y'all got to relax on that. Let's stay with the reality. I know how zealous we are for Bud to go in there and beat Canelo, but people, we cannot be overzealous with wanting Bud to beat Canelo because we all do, besides my brother BVO. Like he said, he's showing up as Bernardo. He don't care what nobody's going to have to say. He's going to have his umbrella on, his poncho on, and all that. You know what I mean? And he's respectfully Bernardo that night. And then if Canelo wins, my goodness, if he wins, oh, the moist meter will be on full blast because y'all gonna be mad and BVO is gonna run on it. We ain't gonna be able to stop BVO. BVO gonna do a whole month marathon on Canelo beating Bud Crawford, and I ain't gonna try to stop him. I ain't gonna try to stop him. Sergeant of Arms is going on vacation, and I ain't gonna even be the grumpy OG. I'm gonna be an old man that can't do a damn thing, can't say nothing but look at the TV screen with poppy eyes.
All I can say is this, man. The Sergeant of Arms is a goofball. We're not gonna listen to him. Cause I know D3 is gonna celebrate like I am. It's gonna be Mexican Independence Day, and we're gonna be thanking God for another victory, another big payday. And you know what? It's like they say all the time, man. God did it when others didn't think we could do it. So shout out to Canelo because people don't know. Just like I told you before, God was with Lamont Roach. God will be with Canelo when he get in the ring. Get ready. We're going to smash William Skull. We're going to beat the Cuban sandwich out of him. Then we go on September. We're going to beat the fried chicken, Sweetwater cornbread, great Kool-Aid right out of Bud Crawford. I don't care what nobody say. I'm not going to go back and forth with it. But that being said, you guys think about Bud Crawford trying to say he wanted to have Tank on his card, and we know Tank is almost double the star that he is. Was that out of pocket for him to do that?
I ain't gonna say it was out of pocket. It was a good strategy. It was a good strategy to try to boost up his card, but Tank ain't falling for that. I don't see Tank Davis ever being on anybody's undercard anymore. The last time he was on the undercard was when Floyd fought Conor McGregor. I don't think he will ever be on another undercard since then. So I mean, it was a good strategy. Because it would boost the Canelo versus Bud card if you have Tank as the undercard fighting somebody like a Keyshawn or a Shakur. It would definitely boost the ratings for that fight. But even if Shakur was good with it, Tank ain't doing that. Tank ain't fighting on no undercard. He was only willing to give David Benavidez the main event fight because David Benavidez was his undercard, and he said I'd do it for David Benavidez, and that was because David Benavidez chose to be on Tank David's undercard. So he was willing to do it for David Benavidez because he think of David Benavidez in high regard. But he don't think of Bud Crawford in no high regard. He might think of Canelo, but Canelo don't need Tank to be on his undercard.
Yeah, you know what?
That would be huge,
real
though.
Quick,
Go ahead.
Real quick, BVO, and I was just thinking what D3 was exactly saying. First of all, it ain't Bud Crawford's card. It's a 2-man fight, okay? It's 2 people on the card. And then if the credit was to go to one person, that would be the A side in the fight in the face of boxing, which is Canelo Alvarez. But Bud ain't slicking me. He said it because he thought Tank would bite for it. Well, man, Canelo is cool. But Canelo is so cool with Tank that he would never ask him to do anything like that. Nice try, close but no cigar. Don't bring your lighter. Don't bring your lighter.
So that being said, do you guys think if Keyshawn is able to beat De Los Santos in the more impressive fashion, would that prove that he's better than Shakur? What do you guys think?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't prove that he's better than Shakur. It proves that he's better than De Los Santos. He didn't fight Shakur. I can't give him credit for what he did to somebody else. I mean, if that was the case, then you could say that about Virgil Ortiz, the way he beat Dagon Magnumov and the way that Bud beat Magnumov. You can't give him credit for what somebody else did. So because he beat him in an impressive fashion, that doesn't mean anything. That fighter could have just been up for that fight, and he could not be up for the Keyshawn fight. So no, I'm not saying that he's better. What I do believe though, it might cause some friction between Keyshawn and Shakur, because I think the fans are going to say some stuff about it. They're going to say Keyshawn is better, and Shakur likes to be on Twitter, and he's going to be going back with the fans and he might say something slick, and Keyshawn take it a certain way. So I do believe that can possibly happen.
I can see that too. But one thing I was wondering, and I don't know if you guys heard this, I'm hearing people say that Virgil Ortiz had 2 tough fights, which he really did, fighting Boychuk, then fighting a monster like Madrimov. Do you guys think it's wrong of him to take a lighter touch when you see a guy who's comparable to him and Virgil and Keyshawn Davis, who's about to go into another tough fight with Edwin De Los Santos after just fighting Barachek and Lemos? Why do you guys think that Keyshawn is why is Keyshawn not taking an easier fight, but Virgil is? What do you guys think?
I don't know if Virgil's taking an easy fight, because I don't know if it's any easy fights at 54. Maybe if he's fighting somebody that's not in the top 15 or something like that, I don't know if it's any easy fight.
He's not going to fight Bachram. He has the right to fight Bachram next, but Oscar De La Hoya came out and said that that's too tough a fight. He can't have 3 tough fights in a row. That'll wear him down. So he's gonna fight like a warm up.
Whatever Oscar says, what Oscar say. I mean, we know he be high sometimes, but the thing is, I don't know if there's a fight that Virgil can take right now at the level that he is that will be an easy fight at 54. There's not really any easy fights at 54 like that, unless he was to fight somebody like a prospect. I don't know if he's going to be able to fight an easy fight. It might be a fight that's less. The resistance is not as high as fighting Batron, but I don't know if it's going to be an easy fight.
Yeah, I definitely can see that. But one thing I was wondering, what do you think about those folks who said PBC was broke and PBC is about to go out of business? What happened to all those? Why do those guys come up every 6 months and talk about PBC, and then when PBC's on fire, then they say PBC ain't putting on good fights? So what you think? Which one is it, you guys? What you guys? Is PBC really going broke, or is that just cap?
Real quick, we already know this has been going on for the past couple years now, and as you can see, they still around. PBC is still around. I don't know why this is still coming up as a topic, because it's not true. And the hate is going to continue, and PBC is still going to keep on doing what they're doing and just making these haters even more mad. So apparently, they doing something right, BVO. Because if you ain't got no haters, then you ain't doing nothing right. So PBC is doing something to have all these haters to be acting the way that they act and blowing up the moist meter. So good job, PBC. Keep on making them hate.
Yeah, I mean, I look at those people that keep saying that. It's like the bitter old boyfriend or the bitter old girlfriend they got with a new person. Now it's like, oh, you know he's gonna be out there cheating on you. You know, I saw him with this female the other day. Kind of find out the female is his sister. Oh, you know, I saw him with a female two weeks ago. Kind of find out that was his mother. So it's the same way. They bitter and they can't find anything else to talk about. So they, oh, you know what? PBC going broke. They're going broke. That's why they ain't putting no fights. So they're going broke. Then you see PBC popping out all these fights. Oh, those fights ain't that good though. They ain't really that good. But PBC is the only one that's been putting on the best fights for the past 4 or 5 years. Actually, longer than that. All the way back to Floyd Mayweather. They've been putting on the biggest fights. If you look at the highest numbers created by a fight, PBC got at least 7 of the top 10. They got at least 7 of the top 10. So I don't know what they're talking about.
So my thing is this, you know, we hear about Uncle Al going to bring out the old gang. He's going to bring out my favorite fighter, Jamel. He's going to bring out what's left of Jamal. He even going to bring out my man Errol Spence back from the dead. So what do you guys expect from those 3 guys? Those 3 guys really really had some good careers. I mean, Jamal kind of blew his career. But let me ask you this before we answer that. Do you think Jamal Charlo is probably the biggest waste of talent of this current generation? What do you guys think?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think the biggest waste of talent of their generation was Bubu Andrade. Bubu Andrade. Jamal Charlo, he's undefeated still. I mean, even though he hasn't fought in a while, he came back, he fought, he won.
Fought in November.
Yeah. Bubu Andrade came back, he fought. He had a questionable, well, I ain't gonna say questionable. He looked bad in the first win when he came back. he looked bad, but then he got in there with David Benavidez and quit. The man literally said, "Nah, I don't want to fight no more." And so, I say Bubu Andrade is probably the biggest waste of talent. If I had to say anybody was a waste of talent, I would say it would be Bubu Andrade, because if you look at Bubu Andrade, what's the best one on his resume? You can look at Jamal Charlo. He got a few guys on there. You be like, you know what? Yeah, he did beat him. Yeah, he did beat him. Yeah, he did beat him. You look at Bubu Andrade, you be like, who did he fight? Like, you outside of David Benavidez, you can't tell me 5 people that Bubu Andrade fought.
Well, I can.
The clock is ticking. We waiting to hear him.
You can't tell me 5 people.
All I got. He fought a bunch of dudes from the UK, which was so
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like I said, we could say, yeah, Jamal Charlo, he had some situations in his life that cost him from being a Hall of Fame career, because I don't think he's going to go to the Hall of Fame. But he might not ever lose another fight because he doesn't fight as often. I mean, we'll see what happens when he come back. But you can't say that he didn't fight anybody. Like Bubu Andrade, his biggest fight was daggone David Benavidez, and he quit. So
I will ask, is it just me, or does Bubu, does he get any credit for trying to fight Billy Joe Saunders or no? Because Billy Joe Saunders ran from him twice.
Yeah, do you get credit for trying to make it to the Super Bowl, or do you get credit for making it to the Super Bowl?
You go. I guess you're right.
I'm just saying. Do niggas get credit for trying to make it to the NBA Finals? Do they get credit for trying to make it to the NBA Finals, or do they get credit for going to the NBA Finals? I never heard everybody talk about, oh, LeBron went to the NBA Finals 10 times, Jordan only went there 6 times. They don't talk about those other times where he was trying to make it, but he was getting beat by Boston and Detroit. They don't talk about those times. They talk about the 6 times that he was there. They talk about the 10 times that LeBron was there. They don't talk about the time when they was trying. So you don't get credit for trying. You get credit for doing.
LeBron 4-6 in the NBA Finals. That's the craziest thing in the world. But this is a little separate from boxing. I know only a couple of us might have seen this, but what did you guys think about LeBron James get on the Pat McAfee show, cussing like a sailor? Is LeBron just not a likable guy? What do you guys think?
I think LeBron James is human. Because he a basketball player, he ain't supposed to be able to cuss. No, he's human. I mean,
if you hear Jordan cuss?
If you curse, you curse. If that's what you choose to do, that's what you choose to do. He's human.
We didn't hear Jordan cuss.
I've heard Jordan cuss. You might not have heard him cuss often. I heard him cuss. I heard him cuss in a game. So I mean, Jordan cursed before. Just like anybody else.
I know he did. You always hear people say he said he had called somebody a hoe or a bee. We heard all that, but I mean, it seemed like LeBron was just being so profane on the show in the middle of the day. It was disgusting. I mean, MF did, F dad, mofo. I just was shocked that the face of the NBA would be talking like that on a daytime television.
That because y'all forget that these people are human. Y'all look at these people like they're idol gods or something like that. No, they're human. They're human. They have the same problems that we have. They might have it on a higher scale level because of the money that they make. They got the same problems we got.
Hey. All right, y'all. It's about to get hot with this one. Okay. So LeBron cussing, we never heard this guy, talk like that. And he's human, just like D3 said. And he got problems just like us. And LeBron got some problems going on. I don't know if y'all aware of it, but he got problems going on. And he's all up in, the Diddy conversation and stuff like that and all these sorts of things. And he's spiraling out of control. So, he's human and he's having a meltdown moment to whereas once classy guy is now cussing all over the place. But it happens. It's like, get over it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, Chris, but I'll just say this. When I watched that interview with Pat McAfee, you can really see LeBron was trying to be likable, but he has like this air of like he's superior to people. And I just don't understand how he got so removed from like just daily life. And you know what? Maybe because he's been rich longer than he ever was poor. I'm just wondering, like, how does he come to the conclusion that he can be so dogmatic and so jerky and think people like that? I don't understand that. What do you guys say?
I mean, usually that happens when you become a multi-billionaire. That man is a billionaire. That man, he don't never have to do anything. Even if y'all don't like him, he like, so I'm not gonna ever be poor again. You ain't gotta like me. I'm good. I'm set for the rest of my entire life, for the rest of my kids' life, for the rest of my grandkids' life. I'm set. So when you get to a certain level, you tend to say, you know what, man, F it. Y'all want to say stuff about me, I'm gonna say stuff about y'all. You get fed up. And he probably at that point where he's fed up. He's at the end of his career. He's a billionaire. He's like, man, F it. I've been holding this stuff in all this time. It's time for me to let it out.
I could definitely see that. I could definitely see that. I just was shocked that I don't know. I feel like the whole Bronny LeBron thing is all because of LeBron, and like the way he came at Stephen A was just laughable, man. Like, what did you expect Stephen A to do? Because if Stephen A would have hit him in the golden then what? It's the same day they announced that Stephen A got $100 million contract. So do you guys think? Let me ask you this real quick before you go. Do you think that LeBron was trying to hate on Stephen A, or what do you think, guys think?
No, I don't think he was hating on Stephen A for what? What would he have to hate on Stephen A for? Stephen A don't move the needle for LeBron. He don't have no reason to hate on Stephen A. I think he just didn't like the stuff that Stephen A. said about his son and said about him. And so he was like, nah, you're not going to just say whatever you want to say about my son. And I mean, rightfully so. The reason Bronny is in the league is because of LeBron. You can't tell me this man is in the league because of his sole merits. You can't tell me that because he hasn't done anything in the college level to make him an NBA star. He hasn't done anything in the pros to say, you know what, he deserved to be here. Now he's getting better, but that happens with people who have time to practice and better their game. Of course, he's going to get better. You practice, the more you practice, the better you're going to get. But based off of what we saw from him this year, you would say if that was anybody else, they'd be lucky if they make the D League. So, yeah, of course, it was because of LeBron, the reason why he's in the NBA.
But before we get out of here, I was got to ask you guys one big question. What do you guys think about Turkey? I'm going to start with Chris.
You already know how I feel about Turkey. 2 guns up, 2 thumbs up, 2 thumbs down, 2 middle fingers. I don't give a freak about Turkey Ali Sheik, man. He trying to mess up boxing. I don't care about him. That's how I feel about it. That's all I got to say.
I look at Turkey as an individual who saw an opportunity to capitalize, and he's capitalizing on it. And I mean, I can't knock him for what he did. He saw an opportunity, he capitalizing on it. Now, will it be successful? It remains to be seen. But I mean, I told y'all what a year ago now. I told y'all a year ago that he wasn't what y'all thought he was. He wasn't going to do what you think he's going to do, and he's going to be around boxing until he doesn't need it anymore. And we see now he's trying to start his own league. He doesn't need it anymore. I told y'all what he was going to do. He's done it in all the other sports he's ever been in. He kept him around until he didn't need him no more, and then he moved on to something else. It is what it is. He's an opportunist.
Well, let me ask you guys this. This is something that I've been hearing a lot about. What do you think about promoters saying they're having a hard time getting sponsors? Eddie Hearn was complaining he's having a hard time getting sponsors because he was, depending on Turkey Ali Sheik. What do you think about a promoter being so lazy that he can't get his own sponsors? What you guys think about that?
That's what happened when you depend on somebody.
Yeah, that's what happened. And then when you're not good at what you're doing, then what you expect to happen? He's not good. Yeah, we got so many things that we can say how many times he has dropped the ball, and he has. You know what I mean? So, what more do you expect?
Yeah. I mean, outside of him dealing with Turkey, name the biggest fight that he put on.
Who?
Eddie. Name the biggest fight that Eddie put on outside of what Turkey has helped him with.
What about the Marshall fight?
The who?
Savannah Marshall, when she became undisputed.
Once again, the who? That wasn't no big fight. It was big. It was big for the fans in the UK. It was big for the fans in the UK. What's going on, Bruce Gas? But no, like I said, name the biggest fight that he put on outside of what Turkey helped him with. He ain't put on no big fights. None. All of those fights that AJ had, none of those fights was big fights. The biggest fight that you could possibly say, was him versus Vladimir Klitschko. But Vladimir was on his way out. So it wasn't really that big. That was big for the UK. It wasn't really that big in the US. It wasn't that big of a fight.
Vladimir was old as Methuselah.
That's what I'm saying. He was old. So, yeah, we watched the fight, but it wasn't a huge fight that everybody wanted to see. They were like, oh, I want to see AJ versus Vladimir. A lot of people didn't even know who AJ was at that time. So, like I said, name the biggest fight that he put on outside of Turkey. You can't name one because he ain't put on the big fights.
I guess you're right. What you got on
that? I think the best thing, because I can't say biggest because, like you said, you got to worry about the over here. I think the best thing he did, and he didn't do that by himself, was being a part of the the Queensberry versus Matchroom card. That's the best thing he ever been a part of. That he somewhat did,
and that
in my honest opinion.
That was Turkey.
Yeah, Turkey did.
The 505.
That was really cool.
505, that was Turkey.
See, that's and so you know what? That's the best thing that dude did, in my opinion.
And that was Turkey.
I would agree. I would agree. That was really cool, man. I had never seen nothing like that. That was super cool.
Well, I give Turkey that credit for that, and that's the best thing he did, in my opinion. Y'all heard it from me. I
would love for the promotional companies to do that. I would love for them to do that. Have their best 5 fighters fight against the other promotional best 5 fighters, or however many fights you want to have it. I would love for promotional companies to do it. They should have saw that and took that on and said, you know what? That joint was actually, it was a decent success. It wasn't a success for Turkey because he overpaid those fighters for that event, but it was a success because a lot of us watched it. A lot of people in America watched those fights. So it was a success. Now, if you do that with Top Rank versus PBC, or PBC versus Matchroom, or Top Rank versus Golden Boy, that joint gonna blow up because we know these fighters. A lot of those
we did see that Deontay Wilder fought Tyson Fury. It was PBC versus Top Rank. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, but I mean, I need to see if we could see that more often. It would be good because that was a huge success. As far as viewership, it was a huge success. As far as viewership, it didn't make a lot of money because Turkey overpaid, but as far as viewership, it was a huge success.
You know something I read that I didn't know? Did you guys know that every fight that Deontay Wilder was in, once he became champion, made at least $1 million? Did you guys know that?
Yeah.
I didn't know he was that successful. That's pretty cool, man. I didn't know that. They said at least $1 million net profit.
Deontay Wilder was.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say Deontay Wilder was PBC's biggest star up until he lost to Tyson. He was their biggest star.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah. That's true. But
he was considered the face of boxing too. We're about to get up out of here. Go ahead.
We about to get ready for the one, and we're gonna get ready for the prize and Just Ask Juan show. And I hear Just Ask Juan has an announcement. I think he is gonna let everybody know he is a Jehovah's Witness now. So shout out to my man Just Ask Juan, and we out of here, y'all. Peace.
Peace, y'all.